Hello, friends, and welcome to the Exams Made Simple. And we are back again with the Hindu Complete Newspaper Analysis for 23rd of June 2025. 23 जून 2025 का द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर एनालिसिस देखेंगे। शुरू करने से पहले आप लोग से रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी कि प्लीज़ डू लाइक द वीडियो एंड डू शेयर इट अमंग योर फ्रेंड्स एज वेल। स्टार्ट करते हैं सबसे पहले आज के सवालों के साथ जिनके जवाब आपको देने हैं। ठीक है, तो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द क्वेश्चंस फर्स्ट। सबसे पहला सवाल जैसा कि आप देख पा रहे हैं, विद रेफरेंस टू कार्बन बॉर्डर एडजस्टमेंट मैकेनिज्म। कार्बन बॉर्डर एडजस्टमेंट मैकेनिज्म, कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स। पहला स्टेटमेंट कह रहा है इट इज अ क्लाइमेट पॉलिसी इंस्ट्रूमेंट बाय द यूरोपियन यूनियन। दूसरा स्टेटमेंट कह रहा है इट इम्पोजेज अ कार्बन टैक्स ऑन इम्पोर्टेड गुड्स बेस्ड ऑन देयर कार्बन फुटप्रिंट। तो विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट? वन ओनली, टू ओनली, बोथ या नन? आई होप you will be able to solve this question. Pause the video, answer the question in the comment section below. Let me tell you the answer now. The correct answer for this is both 1 and 2. You all know that it is a climate policy instrument of European Union, and also European Union has said that it will impose a carbon tax on imported goods based on their carbon footprint. मतलब कि जितना कार्बन एमिशन किसी प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में लगेगा उतना ही टैक्स वो इम्पोज करेंगे। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 पे आते हैं। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर इंक्लूडेड इन इंडियाज फॉरेक्स रिजर्व, यानी कि इंडिया का जो फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व है उसमें इनमें से कौन कौन सी चीज़ें जाती हैं? फर्स्ट इज फॉरेन करेंसी असेट्स, यानी कि फॉरेन करेंसीज। सेकेंड है स्पेशल ड्राइंग राइट्स, SDR जिसको बोलते हैं। थर्ड इज गोल्ड रिजर्व्स। फोर्थ इज लोन फ्रॉम द IMF. Now you have to tell me which of the following are included in India's forex reserve. अगेन अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, अगर आप लोग अटेम्प्ट करना चाहें तो कर लें। लेट मी टेल यू द आंसर नाउ। द करेक्ट आंसर इज 1, 2 and 3. फोर्थ इज नॉट इंक्लूडेड। लोन फ्रॉम IMF इज नॉट अ फॉरेक्स रिजर्व। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, आई हैव टॉट यू yesterday द सुवर्ण रेखा रिवर। तो यू हैव टू टेल मी द सुवर्ण रेखा रिवर फ्लोज थ्रू विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेट्स। ऑप्शंस आर झारखंड, उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल, छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा, झारखंड, मध्य प्रदेश, उड़ीसा, बिहार, महाराष्ट्र, छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा। तो you have to tell me Subarna Rekha river flows through which of the following states. The correct answer for this is A, Jharkhand, Odisha and West Bengal. I have told yesterday this was the question. So I hope you got clarity regarding these questions. Now let's move to the let's move to the news analysis part. The front page, the first news is US bombs 3 key Iranian nuclear sites. Now we all know that Iran, Israel and USA has now entangled in a war, है ना? These three countries have now been entangled in a war. Yesterday what the US has done is they have attacked Iranian nuclear sites. From the first day since the start of this war, we have been telling you that these nuclear facilities are very, very important. So you have to remember the names. ठीक है, I will repeat the names again today. I am repeating it every day, but I will repeat it again today and show you in the map so that it will become easier for you to remember. So as you can see, these three facilities, most important ones are Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan. Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan. There are some facts written about them. For example, the first, Fordo, Iran's most heavily fortified nuclear site used for uranium enrichment. So it is Iran's most heavily fortified. I think it is 200 feet under the land. So that is why it is heavily fortified and it is used for uranium enrichment. It is deep beneath the mountains. Second facility was Natanz, which is the largest uranium enrichment facility in Iran. It is the largest uranium enrichment facility in Iran, Natanz. And Isfahan, it is Iran's largest nuclear research site. Remember that Isfahan is Iran's largest nuclear research site. It was targeted by Israel 2 times in the crisis began. So this is how it is going for Iran. Another thing which is important is the Strait of Hormuz, which has been in news. So if you know it, so this is the map of the Strait of Hormuz. This part is Strait of Hormuz, and here is Persian Gulf, and here is it's Gulf of Oman. Gulf of Oman. So remember that it is Gulf of Oman, and this is the Arabian Sea then. So if you ask me, Strait of Hormuz connects which two parts? So it connects the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman. Remember that, Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman. And remember the surrounding countries as well. For example, Iran is there, Oman is there, UAE is there, and Qatar is there, Saudi Arabia is there. So these are the countries which are nearby. So I hope you remember that. Actually, the news is that Iranian parliament, which is named as Majlis, remember this. This is another fact which is important. The name of Iran's parliament is Majlis. So I am writing it down. Majlis. It is the name of Iran's parliament. The Iranian parliament is known as Majlis, and now it has voted for closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Remember that as a response to the attack by the USA, Iran has voted for the closure of a Strait of Hormuz. So this is a response for the attack. Okay, remember that. And here is the fact written: the Strait of Hormuz connects Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea, which I have already told you. Strait of Hormuz connects Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. Okay, remember that it is world's most important oil trade routes. एंड इनफैक्ट मैं एक और फैक्ट आपको बताता हूँ कि इंडिया का 80% यानी कि 80% ऑफ इंडियाज ऑयल इज कमिंग थ्रू दिस रूट. सो रिमेंबर दीज फैक्ट्स, दीज आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड दे कैन कम हैंड इन हैंडी ड्यूरिंग एग्जामिनेशन, ड्यूरिंग स्पेशली द प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन. So let's move ahead now. Some other news articles which we have to discuss today. You can move ahead with me. The next news is center engaging with states over use of portal on Waqf properties. So we all know that recently there has been an amendment in the Waqf, which was the Waqf Amendment Act of 2025. We all know this Waqf Amendment Act of 2025. After that, the government has launched a portal for registering the Waqf properties. Remember that for registering the Waqf properties, center has made a portal and the name of the portal is Ummeed portal. So what I will ask you is that please write it down in your notes and remember that Ummeed portal is for the portal which has mandated for registering the details of Waqf properties in this portal. So within 6 months, all the details of the Waqf properties have to be enrolled in this. Remember the name of the portal, Waqf portal, that is Ummeed. Okay, make sure you remember this. Now India could achieve quantum communication using satellites by 2030, says IIT Delhi professor. So IIT Delhi professor has said that we can achieve quantum communication, which is one of the safest communication because there are very less chances of intrusion or very less chances of hacking. So why there are less chances of hacking, we will discuss that, and what are some of the key terms related to quantum. So for example, the first key term related to quantum is that normally when we see the internet or normally when we see the communication, we are seeing cables and wires and the charges and current is moving in that. Now in the case of quantum computing or quantum communication, what we have as a flow is photons. Photons are moving. Yeah, remember this thing. Okay, what are moving? Photons are moving, and photons are the key component of quantum computing. Okay, na? Remember this. And there are some terms which are related to quantum communication. For example, QKD, quantum key distribution. So there are quantum keys which are made up of streams of photons. Photons are the carriers of light. So these quantum keys are also made up of photons. Remember this. During quantum communication, these quantum keys are distributed in the channel, and there's a principle of quantum entanglement. There's a principle of quantum entanglement, means when we change the state of one part, automatically, since they are entangled, the photons are entangled, change in one part changes the other part. Okay, na? So whenever a hacker who is trying to get into a QKD secure transmission, means quantum key distribution secure transmission, it becomes very apparent for those who are communicating. They will know it then and there that someone is trying to intrude, and therefore it will allow the preventive measure. So it is very difficult to attempt a hacker enter into a QKD secured communication. It is possible, but it is very difficult. Okay, so remember, the quantum entanglement is one of the properties of quantum behavior. Photons are the carriers or the particles which are moving. They are the carriers of the light as well. And quantum key distribution, we understood the concept of quantum key distribution. You can move ahead with me. India ramps up oil imports from Russia and US in June amid instability in West Asia. So since there is instability in West Asia, we have ramped up the oil import from Russia and US. Now, actually, I'm telling you this extra, this as extra. This was not mentioned in the news analysis and not in the Hindu newspaper. The reserves of Indian oil reserves, ठीक है ना, means they're not Indian oil reserves. They're actually reserve facilities which have been created for maintaining oil reserve. There is strategic oil reserves in India. So what are the name of these oil reserves? Where are these situated? So name of the strategic oil reserves in India are, there are 3 operational sites under phase 1, which are Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, Mangaluru in Karnataka, and Padur in Karnataka. ठीक है, remember these: Visakhapatnam Andhra Pradesh, Mangaluru in Karnataka, Padur in Karnataka. Then there are some upcoming or planned sites as well. The one is Chandi Khol in Odisha, Padur का expansion होगा in Karnataka, बीकानेर is proposed in Rajasthan, and Rajkot is proposed in Gujarat. ठीक है ना, तो but major 5 are Visakhapatnam, Mangaluru, Padur, and upcoming one Chandi Khol, Odisha, and Padur expansion. These are the 4-5 major oil reserves in India. And one fact which was mentioned is India is the world's 3rd largest oil importing and consuming nation. India is world's 3rd largest oil importing and consuming nation. Make sure you remember this. Next we have discussed this Strait of Hormuz news. Now, stealth frigate INS Tamal to be commissioned on July 1. Now, this is one of the most important news articles. Indian Navy is all set to commission its largest stealth multi-role frigate. Remember this, stealth multi-role frigate for Indian Navy will be commissioned as INS Tamal. The name will be INS Tamal, and it will be commissioned at Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad is in Russia on 1st of July. Remember that it is India's latest stealth multi-role frigate named INS Tamal. At Kaliningrad it will be commissioned, and Kaliningrad is in Russia, and this will be the last warship of the Navy to have been built outside India. Remember that it will be the last warship of the Navy to have been built outside India. Otherwise, next all warships will be made inside India. And it is also the 8th in the series of Krivak class frigates. So it is Krivak class frigate. So there are 2-3 key terms which we can remember from this news article. एक तो Krivak class, ठीक है, name is INS Tamal. This will be the last warship for the Navy to be made outside India. And another is it will be commissioned at Kaliningrad. So it is in Russia. Make sure you remember all these facts. They are important. I hope you got clarity regarding this. So you can move ahead now. आगे हम बढ़ सकते हैं. We came to the editorial part, steering the Indian economy amidst global troubles. Now this article discusses about the Indian economy, global trade landscape, and uncertainties. So first of all, author is telling about the global economies. They are reshaped by wars, tariffs, and geopolitical tensions. We all know that wars are going on, trade wars are going on, tariffs are going on, and geopolitical tensions are going on. So because of this, many bilateral trade agreements and tariff reviews are going on. इस कारण से कई ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट्स भी हो रहे हैं कंट्रीज के बीच में बायलेटरली, और टैरिफ के रिव्यू भी किए जा रहे हैं. ठीक है ना, कई कंट्रीज रिव्यू कर रही हैं कि टैरिफ सही है कि गलत है, कि और चेंज करने की आवश्यकता है ना. कई चीज़ों के कारण इन चीज़ों के कारण क्या होता है, द सप्लाई चेन्स आर डिसरप्टेड. सप्लाई चेन्स मतलब कि जो एक्सपोर्ट इम्पोर्ट का चैनल है वो डिसरप्ट हो जाता है. भाई कहीं अटैक हो रहा है तो वहाँ से नहीं हो पाएगा फिर ट्रेड. अब हॉर्मुज बंद कर दिया तो हॉर्मुज नहीं जा पाएंगे. ऑल दिस थिंग्स. तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है, जब सप्लाई चेन डिसरप्ट होगी तो कॉस्ट बढ़ेगी, एंड द नीड फॉर बिजनेस रीस्ट्रेटेजाइजिंग. तो बिजनेस को रीस्ट्रेटेजाइज करने की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी. इंडिया पे क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा? सबसे पहले हम एक्सपोर्ट के कंसर्न्स की बात करें तो यूएस जो है इंडिया का लार्जेस्ट एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट है. 20% ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट इज टू यूएसए. नाउ यूएसए ने क्या किया है, आप सबको पता है कि टैरिफ्स लगा दिए हैं. दिस विल हर्ट इंडियन एक्सपोर्टर्स, स्पेशली एमएसएमईज. इट विल रिड्यूस देयर प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, है ना. तो ऑल दिस थिंग्स विल हैपन. प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी घट जाएगी एमएसएमई सेक्टर की, एंड उनका जो एक्सपोर्ट है वो भी हर्ट हो रहा है यूएसए में. यूएस जो है काफ़ी ज़्यादा चैलेंजेस क्रिएट कर रहा है अब, चाहे वो वॉर्स देख लो आप, चाहे टैरिफ और ये सब देख लो, ठीक है। एंड इसके अलावा इंडिया का कंपटीशन भी जो बांग्लादेश, वियतनाम, इन सब कंट्रीज से है, चाइना से है, तो इसका भी इशू रहता है कि कहीं ये कंट्रीज ओवर प्रोडक्शन करके डंपिंग ना शुरू कर दें कि और ज़्यादा हमारा नुकसान हो जाए। तो देयर इज़ अ रिस्क ऑफ डंपिंग बाय आसियान एंड चाइना इनटू इंडिया ड्यू टू सरप्लस प्रोडक्शन। इंडिया के लिए अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ क्या है, तो ग्लोबल ट्रेड रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग गिव्स इंडिया चांस टू ज्वाइन द न्यू सप्लाई चेन्स। एक तो हमारे पास अच्छी चांस है कि हम नई सप्लाई चेन्स को ज्वाइन करें, है ना। इसके अलावा हम अपने एक्सटर्नल शॉक्स को मैनेज करने की कोशिश करें, डोमेस्टिक रेजिलियंस को बढ़ाने की कोशिश करें एंड ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट्स को बढ़ाने की कोशिश करें। इसके लिए क्या रिकमेंडेशन ऑथर ने दिए हैं कि भैया बायलैटरल ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट करो, स्पेशली पहले यूएस के साथ शुरू करो, ज़ीरो टैरिफ के लिए जाओ, पुश फॉर ज़ीरो टैरिफ इन की सेक्टर्स, नॉन टैरिफ बैरियर्स को एड्रेस कर रहे हो, कंटिन्यूड ग्रोथ इन द सर्विस सेक्टर में ग्रोथ को बढ़ाओ, उसके एक्सपोर्ट को बढ़ाओ, म्यूचुअल रिकॉग्निशन एग्रीमेंट्स करो, फास्ट ट्रैक एफटीए विद यूके एंड ईयू एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया, फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट्स यूके ईयू ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ करो, इम्पोर्ट एंड एक्ट स्विफ्टली अगेंस्ट डंपिंग थ्रेट्स, डंपिंग से बचो, पब्लिक कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर को बढ़ाओ, है ना। तो ऑल दिस थिंग्स हैव बीन सजेस्टेड बाय द ऑथर इन दिस आर्टिकल। एंड स्पीड अप द रेगुलेटरी एंड स्ट्रक्चरल रिफॉर्म्स, जो प्रोडक्शन लिंक्ड इंसेंटिव स्कीम्स हैं उनको आईओटी, बैटरी मटेरियल्स, वेरिएबल्स, इन सबको दो। तो ऑल दिस थिंग्स हैव बीन सजेस्टेड बाय द ऑथर। आई होप यू गॉट क्लैरिटी। Expansionary policies in slowing economy. Actually there are two types of policies, monetary policies और fiscal policies. There are two, एक है expansionary policies होती हैं और एक होती है contractionary policies. तो I will just use this news as a medium to explain you these two, expansionary policies and contractionary policies. तो जब भी हम whenever we talk about the monetary policies, we talk about two things. First is the inflation and second one is the growth. You always remember that. मैं जब भी आपको बताता हूँ मैं दो ही चीज़ों से बताता हूँ. So whenever there is inflation high or the prices have increased a lot, so what the government does a contractionary policies. Make sure you remember this. Government does a contractionary policies in order to control the inflation. Means what they do is that they increase the interest rate. They increase the interest rate means they increase the repo rate, they increase the CRR, SLR, all these things are done. And whenever the RBI needs growth, means there is not enough inflation and there is dire need of growth, or economy needs push for production and all. So whenever the growth is needed, RBI goes for the expansionary policies. What are the expansionary policies? Reducing of the interest rate. So just remember that expansionary policies means interest rates are reduced and contractionary policies means interest rates are increased. So you will understand what is this expansionary and contractionary policies. How will foreign universities impact higher education? So actually this article I have read entirely, but there was no fact which was essential for your exam point of view. It is just telling you one thing, that India में foreign institutions बहुत सारे अपने campuses establish कर रहे हैं और उनका कोई इम्पैक्ट खास नहीं बताया. देखो लास्ट में आपको पढ़ा भी देता हूँ. कुल मिलाकर के ये बोलेगा कोई ज़्यादा लिमिटेड है. देखो लिखा है, यही लिखा है, इमीडिएट टू मीडियम टर्म इम्पैक्ट और ब्रांच कैंपसेस कैन बी एक्सपेक्टेड टू बी लिमिटेड. बहुत लिमिटेड इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा. तो कुल मिलाकर के पूरा आप जब पढ़ोगे ना तो आपको कुछ समझ ही नहीं आएगा कि क्या कोई इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा भी कि नहीं पड़ेगा. So that is the reason why I will not discuss. Now we discuss one economy topic again, REITs and InvITs. So there are two important investment funds which are the REITs, REITs, and the InvITs. REITs and InvITs. So what are these? So REITs means real estate investment fund. They're actually like mutual funds but for the real estate. They're actually like mutual, means if you're purchasing a mutual fund, that means you are purchasing the shares of different companies clubbed together. Okay, mutual fund is nothing but shares of different companies clubbed together. ठीक है. Now whenever we are buying the same mutual fund for a real estate means for malls, offices, apartments, warehouses. So REITs are the companies which own or finance income generating real estate assets, and they are just like mutual funds, but in this, instead of companies shares and all, there are shares for mall, offices, apartments and warehouses, real estate projects. ठीक है ना, remember that. So if you want to invest in a mall, you can buy a REIT. If you want to invest in an office, if you want to invest in a warehouse, you can purchase REIT. Okay, so you get a portion of the rent or profit earned by those properties. ठीक है. And then second one is the InvIT. InvIT means Infrastructure Investment Fund. They are actually similar to REIT, but instead of real estate projects, it is infrastructural projects. Infrastructure project means, for example, power lines, highways, telecom towers, gas pipelines. So if you are investing in these, then that is a InvIT. I hope you got clarity regarding that as well. आपको समझ में आ गया होगा. सो नेक्स्ट, इफ देयर इज अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ आर्टिकल, जापान ने साउथ कोरिया ने हाथ मिलाया है, बोला है कि भैया बहुत जल्दी रिलेशंस को अच्छा करने की आवश्यकता है, स्पेशली बिकॉज ऑफ द अनसर्टेनिटीज कॉज्ड बाय डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प. सो दैट इज इट फॉर द डे. आई होप यू गॉट क्लैरिटी रिगार्डिंग न्यूज़ एनालिसिस. समझ में आ गया होगा. कीप लविंग अस, कीप शेयरिंग अस. थैंक यू एंड हैव अ नाइस डे.